welcome. I'm Robert, and this is another playthrough of Star Wars Destiny Encounters. Today I'm going to be playing against the Squadrons Encounter set, and I've picked Luke and Wedge to go up against. And I've also replaced a few cards for their elite versions, including Wedge. So normally when you set up Squadrons, it should look like this for the Rebels, but I've picked the elite version of Wedge, which gives him double dice, and also he has an extra health point, alright? And I'm playing this Vader and Soontir fell deck, which I'm going to put up on screen if you're interested in seeing the contents. It's a heavy pilot and vehicle themed deck, alright? I'm also going to be playing with the advanced discard and hand effects rules. That's why that shield token is there, all right? And I'm also going to be playing with the advanced battlefields module. So for this deck, this happens to be the same battlefield that I also suggest you use, for when playing against Squadrons. This is their specialized battlefield card, and it instructs you to bring this same battlefield, okay? So I'm gonna attach this to the battlefield here, all right? Okay, and we're almost done with setup. I just need to go ahead and draw my starting hand and then roll to see who goes first, all right? So let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, definitely these two I want to keep. These I'll just return. Mulligan. All right, so that's 5, right? So that's our starting hand right there. Okay. Now we roll to see who goes first. Now keep in mind that when rolling to see who goes first in Squadrons, the enemy team rolls their vehicle dice as well. Okay. All right, and it looks like I got 3. All right. So now we're gonna roll the Wedge. So that's 1, no dice, and then no numbers. So that's 3 already. Yeah, so if Luke rolls at least 1, they win. So that's 5, that's 0, so no. Okay, 4, that's 0. Yep, so it looks like we need to reroll. That's 3 against my 3, so yeah, we just need to reroll. Alright, so let's try that again. Okay, so 0, 0, 2, and 0. All right, so let's roll Wedge first. So that's 4 and 4, so that's 2 already, and then another 2. Yeah, so the enemy wins, so they're gonna keep control of the battlefield. All right, so red arrow pointing that way means the enemy has it, and when the battlefield is claimed, I just flip this token. All right. And there we go. So let's put this here, and I'm gonna get my 2 shields since I go second. That's it. So the enemy goes first. And now I'm gonna be using these tokens to activate both vehicle and their pilot. All right. So Luke's X-wing is piloted by him, so they both roll together. All right. So that means they're both exhausted. All right. So enemy goes first. Okay, there we go. All right. Now on my end, let's see. I'll go ahead and pay 1 for merchant freighter. All right. So I'll go ahead and put 3 on it. Okay, and the enemy that will then go ahead and take a turn. Wedge will go ahead and roll his character dice, and then his piloted vehicle, which is the X-wing. All right. Now, because the X-wing has a resource on it, it says after this support is activated, if it has 1 or more resources on it, discard 1 to have the enemy gain an additional action. So that's exactly what's going to happen. I discard this, and then the enemy takes an additional action. Wedge will then go ahead and resolve his number 5 die, and that's going to be 2 damage to, in this case, Soontir. All right. So -1 shield, and then there we go, 1 damage. Okay, and now it's my turn, and the enemy is gonna activate a bunch of force, and that is not pretty. Let me see if I can Yeah, what I'll do is I'll go ahead and play Flanked by Wingman. Activate one of your characters to give it one shield or two shields instead if you spot two pilots. So I'll activate Soontir, okay? I'll go ahead and have him pilot the merchant freighter, so I activate them together, all right? Like so. I'll also give Soontir two shields, okay? And then I'll go ahead and roll. So now in this case, I don't roll this. I just simply, when I activate it, when the support is activated, I remove one resource from it to gain one resource, which is what I'll do. All right, there we go. And then I roll Soontir's dice, all right? Okay, so we got three like that. Okay, three indirect, and then one disrupt. All right, so then the enemy is going to activate its force from left to right. So it's going to be 4. So Luke's special says each player chooses one of their characters, deal 1 unblockable to each chosen character, and then deal an additional unblockable damage unless I place 1 damage on one of my vehicles. So I would love to put that on Vader, but if I give him another damage, then the enemy will switch targets to him, because then he'll have equal amount of health left, but then he'll be ready, and I don't want that to happen. So I'm just gonna have to go ahead and put 1 on Soontir, and then the extra damage, I don't want to get rid of the merchant freighter yet, so Soontir is just gonna have to take another point of damage. Okay. All right, so as the Luke's special, right? Then the Luke's X-Wing special. So deal 1 indirect damage to each player. Then if the support has resources on it, discard all of them to give that many shields to each enemy pilot. And if Luke is the only pilot in play, give him 1 extra shield. So I'll deal 1 indirect damage to myself, so I'll get rid of this, okay? And then discard this, and Wedge and Luke will gain 1 shield each. All right, there we go. Okay, and then we have another 4 here, and that's just a simple 1 damage or 1 ranged damage. And then the X-Wing is 2 ranged damage. There we go. All right. So that was the enemy's activation. I'll go ahead and, well, before the enemy removes this, let me go ahead and deal 3 indirect damage to the enemy, all right? So that's, let me just use this, okay? 2 minus the 1 from the shield, that's 2, all right? And that was my turn. Now the enemy plays a wing, all right? So a wing, after this support is played, or after the action phase begins, activated. If it's being piloted, activate its piloting character. So I'll go ahead and activate A-Wing as soon as it's played, basically. And I forgot to put a exhaust token on in between the pilot and its ship. I'll go ahead and put an exhaust token on that, and I'll roll. So it basically gets activated as soon as it's played. All right, so that's 3. So it's gonna disrupt me in a second, but luckily I can spend my resources first. I'll go ahead and move this over here. All right, let me play TIE Interceptor, okay? And let's put this here, all right? And now A-Wing will activate its disrupt, but luckily I went ahead and spent my resources. Now, on my turn, I'll go ahead and activate Vader and TIE Interceptor, okay? All right, so we got a special, and a resource and a black. Now the enemy will play a card. All right, so this is R2D2. Attached to the enemy later piloted support. After attached vehicle is activated, if any of its support or piloting character dies rolled blank, re-roll them and give its piloting character 1 shield. All right, so let's go ahead and do that. Let's put R2D2 on the X-Wing here, and this card has Surge, so the enemy plays 1 card from the top of the encounter deck. Give each enemy character 1 shield. All right, so let's go ahead and switch to this dice for Luke. So now he has 2 shields. Okay, now my turn. Let's see. Special, deal 2 damage to a character. What I want to do is I want to get rid of that ship. All right, so let's should I re-roll? Now let's do this. So I'll go ahead and use as you command. Resolve one of your character dice as if it was showing focus. So I'm gonna resolve this as if it was showing focus, and I'm gonna switch this to a 2. Okay. Then the enemy plays a card. All right. Display of leadership. For each enemy pilot in play, each player removes one of their dice. Well, that's pretty brutal. So I'll go ahead and remove these 2. Okay. Now, on my turn, I'll go ahead and activate this TIE Interceptor, and I'm going to deal 2 damage. As per the Space Warfare plot, I'm allowed to resolve my pilot, vehicle, and artillery dice against enemy vehicles that are not piloted. So I want to go ahead and get rid of that. All right, now, when I do so, I deal, when you put enough damage on them, equal to the resource cost, they're discarded. And when that happens, you deal damage to the enemy leader equal to its resource cost minus 1. So I'll go ahead and deal one unblockable damage, or that is, right? You deal unblockable damage equal to its resource cost minus 1. All right, there you go. Now, what sucks about that? Oh, and I almost forgot the battlefield. Okay, Luke played a battlefield earlier, right? A vehicle. When the enemy controls this battlefield, as per the battlefield advanced battlefield attachment that I put here, while the enemy controls this battlefield, after the first time each round it plays a vehicle, it gains 1 resource. So he was supposed to gain a resource from this battlefield effect earlier. Forgot about that. Okay, but yeah. Now Luke, on his turn, after I took down his ship, he'll go ahead and claim the battlefield. Okay, so claimed. All right, and I don't really have anything else to do on my turn, so I'll go ahead and gain my resource. So Luke gains his 1 resource from normal difficulty. All right, and I'll go ahead and replenish this for him. All right. And let's flip this, right? So battlefield is ready to be claimed again. Let's remove the exhaust tokens, all right? Okay. And then I go ahead and draw up to my hand size, all right? Okay. All right, there we go. All right, so Luke goes first again, and I need to pay attention to that R2D2 ability. Let's see what happens. All right, let's see what we got. Okay, so he didn't roll a blank, so that's fine. Now, on my turn, let's see. I'll go ahead and activate Merchant Freighter, all right? So I'll go ahead and just activate this guy, which, he's piloting the Merchant Freighter, so I gain my resource, all right? Let's bring this up to 3. Let's change this to the die, okay? And I go ahead and activate him. All right, there you go. So that's not bad. Now Wedge will activate it with his X-wing. All right, there you go. Okay, a bunch of blanks. That's good for me. 5, 1 indirect damage. All right, that's not too terrible. All right, this has been good for me the way that Luke has rolled. So I'll just go ahead and now roll. I'll go ahead and roll Vader, so I'll activate both him and the ship he's piloting. All right. Okay, there we go. So that's +2, plus. Okay. There we go. All right. So let's see. Let's put this here. All right. Now on their turn, the enemy will resolve its 5. So that's 5. Deal 1 indirect damage to each player. All right, Luke doesn't, he already used up the resource that was there before, so I'll just deal 1 indirect damage to Vader, and that's that. Let me. So I'll go ahead and resolve this and this. Now, before you resolve this die showing range damage, you may increase its value by 1 if it's being piloted. Now, he is piloting it, so that's 3 plus the 2, so that's 5. Minus the 1, that's 4. Okay, so Wedge has 6 damage now. Now Wedge will go ahead and resolve his 1 shield. He'll give it to Luke. Okay, on my turn, Let me go ahead and deal 3 damage to Wedge. Okay. Now, then on his turn, Luke will go ahead and advance. All right. So he'll now gain an extra die. Okay. Now on my turn, I still have this special, so I'll go ahead and resolve this. So now Wedge has 11 damage on him. Okay. Now the enemy will play the first card here. Elite Defense. Each player removes one of their dice, showing damage, but I don't have any. If no dice were removed this way, this card gains Surge. Okay. Lutini, each player discards the top 4 cards of their deck. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, there you go. Okay, and now that was the enemy. And on my turn, let me go ahead and give a shield to. Let's go ahead and give a shield to Soontir. All right, Luke will play another card. Deal 1 damage to each enemy. To each player's characters. That's Overwatch. Okay, there we go. Now Luke is about to play another card. I would like to gain control of the battlefield, but if he takes an extra action, that might be bad for him, for me. So I think I'll still risk it. Let me go ahead and spend 1 resource. I'll play Tech Team, all right? Then Luke will play another card, and this one is a vehicle, all right? This one is Home 1. It says, after this support is activated, place 1 resource on it. If it rolled blank, place another resource on it. And then it's special. Well, when the special happens, I'll describe it, all right? And Luke played a vehicle, so he'll gain a resource, all right, from the battlefield ability, okay? All right, so now I think I still have a couple more actions that I can take, so I'll go ahead and play. I'll exhaust this, and I'll play Merchant Freighter. All right. The enemy will go ahead and activate Home 1. It'll place a resource on it, and it rolled 5. Okay. And that sucks. Not much I can do about that. And let's put this 3 here. So this has 3 resources. Yeah, he'll resolve that. Not a whole lot I can do about it. So I'll exhaust this. All right. So I'll gain a resource. Okay. And then the enemy will resolve this. Yep. So discard all resources from this support to heal that much damage from each enemy pilot. Okay. There we go. So no damage here, and this goes down to 4. Okay, and now my turn. I'll go ahead and claim the battlefield. Okay, and then the enemy can't do anything else, so we're just gonna go to upkeep. So enemy gains a resource. I gain 2 resources, so that's 5. Let's go ahead and ready this. Let's remove these exhaust tokens. Okay, I even forgot to add in there once again. My bad. Okay. So let's see. Let's put this back. All right. Let's put this here, and then we replenish this, and then I also need to draw my hand. Let's also flip this, and let's see. Draw a couple more. Okay. All right. Let's see what I discarded here. We got a Shein Mastery. All right. I'm gonna try using that. Okay. So now I go first this time. So what I'm gonna do is I think I'm definitely gonna do this. I'm gonna pay 5. All right. And I'm gonna play Rise again. And I heal 5 damage from a unique blue character. Okay, I play 5. Heal the 2, and then play an upgrade from my discard pile for free. So I'll go ahead and play Shein Mastery for free. So put this here. So after you play this upgrade, you may roll its die into your pool. All right. So I'll go ahead and roll the die into the pool. Okay. There we go. Now, so that was my turn, and now yeah, that all checks out. So on the enemy's turn, they'll go ahead and activate this, right? And let's see if they roll a blank. All right, they didn't roll a blank, so R2D2 doesn't activate. Okay. All right, there we go. And now on my turn, I think I want to go ahead and give 2 shields to this guy because I want to then activate Vader and roll that die again. Okay. Okay, this gets. Let me also make sure I'm doing this. So put exhaust token. All right. Okay, and then there we go. All right, so that's for the X-wing, and then that's for his character dice. Then that was on his turn. Let's go ahead and activate this guy first. So I activate that. This runs out of resources. All right. So they're both exhausted. Let me gain my 1 resource from that. Okay. There we go. And I roll his character dice. All right. There you go. Okay. So now the enemy activates this. So let's see. 1 resource. Okay. And it looks like he's gonna heal them again. Let's see. Wow, that's a pair of 5s and a pair of 4s that the enemy is gonna activate in a second. But okay, let's go ahead and activate Vader and his ship. So let's activate all of this. Oops. There we go. Let's do that. Okay, so not the most aggressive hand, but that's fine. Let's see. Okay, there we go. All right, so then the enemy will proceed to resolve its 5. So that's 5. That's 2 ranged damage against Soontir. Okay, and then same thing, 2 more ranged damage will go against him. All right. Okay, let's just go ahead and resolve this now before it gets messed with. Yeah, I'll go ahead and kill Wedge. That should be enough to before the enemy gets to activate home 1. So that's 9 plus 3. Yep, that's 13. So Wedge is eliminated. Now, in this mode, normally in encounters, you need to put the character cards in the discard pile when they're defeated. But there is a rule here in the Space Warfare plot. When a pilot is defeated, set him and the vehicle they were piloting aside. Okay, so now let me go ahead and do that. So we are gonna go ahead and set these 2 aside, and we're gonna push this left. Okay, now with that, it's the enemy's turn, and on their turn, it'll activate its force. So 4. I'll just go ahead and give Vader 2 damage. That's fine. Okay. From Luke's special, deal 1 unblockable damage to a chosen character, and deal an additional 1 unless you put 1 on one of my vehicles. But I'll just let him take 2 damage. Then Luke will once again activate his ship special, 1 indirect damage. So there you go. All right. I'll do that, and then he'll heal. He'll remove this and heal. Now it also says that for any excess healing cost, place that many shields instead. So because Luke is already healed up all the way, let's go ahead and heal him to, or give him a shield. All right, specified by home 1. Now my side, let's. I think I want to reroll. I need more damage, so. Let's go ahead and discard eject, okay? And I'm gonna reroll all of this. All right. I think I have enough resources. I just really need some. I just really need some damage. Well, that went a bit better. That's cool. Now the enemy will play a card. Okay, dogfight. That's just perfect timing. So Oh, actually, I'm so I wasn't supposed to do that. Okay, I forgot to activate his resource die, but it's too late. I've already seen what the enemy is about to do, so that's fine. I'll just do it in this order. So reroll all player dice showing damage. Okay, so I have to reroll these two. All right, reroll all enemy vehicle dice showing blank, which yep, and then there's none. And then if no dice were rerolled this way, this card gains Surge. But that didn't have, the enemy rolled dice, so no Surge. Now, so that was on their turn. Now, before I activate this, let me go ahead and exhaust this to reduce the cost of my next support by one, and also the first support I played each turn. The first vehicles I play each turn is cost -1. So I basically play this TIE fighter for free, okay? And it has ambush. So I'll go ahead and search for another one, all right? That's as instructed by its ability, okay? And then I'll go ahead and activate it, all right? Okay, excellent. That's exactly what I need, all right? All right, so on their turn, the enemy gains a resource and it advances, all right? So that's what I forgot to do earlier. My bad. Okay. So I did it a bit out of order there, but adds up. That's fine. So now I'll go ahead and resolve all of these die. So this is a pilot die, and these are ship die. So okay, and that I'll resolve it against home one. All right. So I go ahead and discard this, and that deals 5 unblockable damage. So again, it's equal to its cost -1. All right. I deal 5 unblockable damage to Luke, alright? So let's go ahead and put that here, okay? There we go. He still has those shields that I have to deal with, alright? Now, their turn, enemy is going to play Firepower. For each enemy vehicle in play, deal 1 indirect damage to each player, and I'm forced to distribute that indirect damage among vehicles I control. And if there's only one enemy vehicle in play, the card gains Surge. So I'll go ahead and do that in a second. Let me first put my... I think I'm going to put it here. There we go. I'm going to put that indirect damage there. This card gains Surge. Okay. Reinforcements. All right. And there's only one... there's only a couple characters here. So there you go. Rebel Saboteur. And I'll activate it in a second and show you what he does. All right. Okay. So on my turn, I'll go ahead and gain a resource. All right. There we go. Now here's what Rebel Saboteur does. So first he has evasive, so that means that I can't resolve ranged or melee dice against it. And after he's activated, okay, he's activated like any other character. He just doesn't roll dice. All right. So after he's activated, I am forced to set aside a card at random from my hand, and if I have no cards in my hand, then from the top card of my deck, right? And I put it face down. And when he dies, I flip all face down cards and put them in their owner's discard piles. Okay, so this is what I have left in my hand. All right, but that was the enemy's turn. Now my turn. I'll go ahead and give a shield to Soontir. Okay. Then the enemy on their turn will play another card, stockpile, okay? All right. Okay, let's put this over here. And now I still have things that I can activate. So I'll go ahead and gain a resource, okay? So that's 3, okay? And then the enemy will play another card, another stockpile, wow. It's advancing pretty fast. So goes up to 4, subtract 3, there's only 1 left, and then the enemy gains another die. Okay. Okay, and on my turn, I think that what I'll do is just gain control of the battlefield. All right, I'll claim it. And that is gonna be it for this round. So let's go to upkeep. So I'll go ahead and replenish this for the enemy. The enemy gains 1 resource. I'm also gonna gain my 2 resources, so I'm gonna go up to 5. Okay, and let's flip this. Let's ready this. Okay, And let's also remove these exhaust tokens. All right. Okay. And let's see. Let's move this a bit more over here. All right. There we go. And that. Oh, and I need to draw up to 5. One. Oh, Emperor. Great. Okay. All right. There we go. There's my 5 cards. All right. There we go. Now new round begins. Okay. So everything looks good. Let's go ahead and play Force Speed on Vader. Okay, and I just put the die on him. Then Luke will activate. All right, so rolls all of this stuff. Okay, once again, no blanks rolled, so R2D2 doesn't activate. Now on my end, let's activate Soontir because I have a feeling he might get smoked soon. Let's see. Actually, no, not necessarily. Let's do this. Alright, so here's what I'll do. I'll play eject. Alright, discard a vehicle I control. And I'm gonna heal 2 from Soontir. And let's see, and I also give him 2 shields. Okay, there we go. All right. Okay, and that has ambush, so I can then let's move this. Well, actually, I control the battlefield, so let me. So I can play this for free. So the first vehicle I play each turn costs 1 less. I exhaust tech team. Okay, and I'm gonna play TIE Interceptor. Let's get that die here. Okay. And I'll go ahead and then, well, that doesn't have ambush, so I have to wait. All right, so the enemy will then activate Rebel Saboteur, and let's see. Okay. Okay. All right, so I was left with Emperor in my hand. Both cards were good. The other one was another Shin Mastery. All right, so now. So that was the enemy's activation, and on my turn I'll go ahead and start activating these guys. So let's start with these, and he now begins piloting this vehicle, right? So actually no, before I do that, crap, Luke is about to make me discard my hand, so let me go ahead and play Emperor. I almost made that mistake. All right, Emperor. So when I play Emperor, I give 3 shields to the character I attach it to. All right. So let me just do this because I've run out of here 3. Okay. So he has 3 shields. All right. There we go. So he has 3 shields, and then I put this die on it, and every time I activate one of his character dies, I deal 2 indirect damage. All right. So that's what that does. So now Luke proceeds to activate all of his 6s. So that's that much damage to Soontir. Okay. All right. And then I discard 2 cards from my hand, but there's none, just hands. So now I get to start activating my characters. I put this here earlier, but I didn't mean to. So let's start up by activating Vader. All right. So that's oh, and it looks like one of my dice got stuck there before and I didn't notice. Oh well, that's fine. Actually, no, I take that back. I'm good. All right, so the enemy will gain a resource, so that means that they'll advance. Okay. All right. Then on my turn, let's go ahead and activate this guy on his vehicle. Okay. And now, when he begins piloting a vehicle, I can give a character shields equal to the die value. All right. Or I can remove shields from a character equal to the die value. So I think I'll just go ahead and give Luke 2 less shields. Alright, so now on the enemy's turn, he'll start playing cards from their hand. So he plays a freighter ship, that's fine. I think, is this enough to kill Luke? Let's see. So I need to deal 11 damage. So just from activating Vader's dice, that's... Oh, actually, I can turn this to a bunch of... Yeah, I think I'm going to use this. I'm going to use this to turn a bunch of dice to the phases that I want. Or actually... let me first roll this TIE fighter, right? So I'm going to put this here, roll. All right, there we go. Now, freighter ship will activate. It'll get a resource, okay? Then on my turn, let's go ahead and turn these dice to, let's see. This is being piloted, that's fine. 2, that's 1 die. Let's also turn this to this, 2, and then 3. Let's turn this to this. I think that should be enough, all right? So then Luke will play this resupply. Place 1 resource on each enemy ship, and play that. This one is the Surge version. So play, or each enemy support to be more specific. Surge, play the top card of the encounter deck, right? Either I lose all my resources or I discard all cards in my hand. Well, that's done because I don't have neither, so that's great. Okay, but I think it's over for Luke because, let's see, so this card, I can increase its value by 1 if it's being piloted when I resolve it, so that's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Well, not quite. It'll be 10, but he'll still have 1 life remaining when I do it. Actually, no. I increase this by 1, just like this one. This actually goes up by 1 because it's being piloted. So 3, 5, 6, 9, and then 11, which is exactly what I need. All right, so that's a massive amount of damage. I deal 11, okay? I deal 11 to Luke, so subtracting his shields, plus so that's, I need to give him 9 basically, so that's 8 and the 1, so that's 9, so that's 14, which is enough to kill him. All right, and there you go, folks. That is a playthrough of Star Wars Destiny Encounters against the Squadrons Encounter set. All right, as you can see, especially if you build a deck that focuses on ships, it's very, very, very fun to play. All right, and there's other ways of adjusting difficulty if you want a bigger challenge. There's the elite version of Space Warfare, which gives the enemy leader an extra die from the beginning. All right, so that way they pick up steam a bit faster. Okay. But yeah, so that's that, and I want to thank you so much for watching. If you have any comments, questions, feedback, go ahead and put them in the comments section. And if you enjoyed this content, make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.